A great morning to dear one and all present here. I, Dr. Mukesh Yadav, Dean, School of Social Sciences and Humanities, on behalf of entire Om Sterling Global University, welcome you all in the valedictory session of 7 days faculty development program. There is a saying that all is well if it ends well. And we are fortunate that for this closing ceremony of Faculty Development Program, we have with us Honorable Chief Guest of the session, Professor Somnath Sachdevaji, Vice Chancellor, Kurukshetra University, and Guest of Honor, Professor Pradeep Kumarji, Pro Vice Chancellor, Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Studies. Also with us, we have our esteemed Vice Chancellor of Om Sterling Global University, Professor Dr. N.P. Kaushikji, and respectable Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Ajay Podarji. And we have all the deans and in charges of Om Sterling Global University, faculty members, and academicians from all over India. I welcome you all. We at Om Sterling Global University are dedicated to achieve its vision, mission, and objectives through academic excellence in all areas of knowledge and skills. University aims at producing world-class academicians, researchers, and leaders in diverse fields by embedding high moral values in its students, commitment to excellence, and enthusiasm for continuous intellectual development. For us, these 7 days have really been the days of learning. 18 sessions from highly expert resource persons stretched over 7 days has really brought transformation in our. We worked on the holistic development of faculty members from all across the country and familiarized the participants about the concepts of outcome-based education. We covered wide range of topics, including topics like personal and professional development, 21st century skills, innovative trends in research, human values and professional ethics, life and character skills, etc. The FDP has really been fruitful and useful. Thank you to all the participants for your overwhelming response. We now formally begin this program, and I would take this honor to welcome our guest, Professor Somnath Sachdevaji. Welcome, sir, and Professor Pradeep Kumarji. You are warmly welcome, sir. Now, to start the session, I will first of all request Dr. Tanu Kukreja, co-convener of this FDP, to present the report before all the dignitaries and participants. Over to you, Dr. Tanu Kukreja.
Thank you so much, sir. A very good morning to all the dignitaries present here. We welcome you at the valedictory session of our FDP. Before I begin to present the FDP report, I would like to sincerely thank our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Puneet Goyalji, Honorable Pro Chancellor, Dr. Poonam Goyalji, for being the motivating force behind the FDP. Our heartfelt thanks to the Vice Chancellor, Sir, for his mentorship, and many thanks to our very own Pro Vice Chancellor Ji, who is the backbone for all the academic activities and for this FDP as well. Thank you, sir, for not only directing but executing and standing beside us at every possible moment during the whole show. Thank you for giving opportunity to School of Social Sciences and Humanities to organize this FDP. I would like to thank convener of this FDP, my very own Dean of School of Social Sciences and Humanities, Professor Dr. Mukesh Yadavji, for organizing, executing, and mentoring the entire FDP. This 1 week faculty development program, organized from 14th February till today, was organized to bridge the gap between the modern education system and the concerns for holistic development of our faculty and students. Therefore, the theme of the FDP was thoughtfully decided to be holistic development and outcome based innovative teaching. The FDP received overwhelming response of over 600 plus participants from all over India. 22 eminent speakers and academicians from all over India enriched the program and satiated the knowledge appetite of professionals through 18 sessions. The FDP program began on 14th February in the presence and blessings of our chief guest of the program, Colonel Commandant Professor Rajendra Kumar Anayaji, Honorable VC, Deen Bandhu Choturam University of Science and Technology, Muruthal, and Honorable Professor Uma Shankar Pachoriji, General Secretary, Indian Institute of Education, and our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Puneet Goyalji, Honorable Pro Chancellor, Dr. Poonam Goyalji, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. N.P. Kaushikji, and Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ajay Podarji, and Honorable Registrar, Dr. Vinod Kumar. Each day of the FDP was subdivided with themes to cater the need of delivering all possible aspects of holistic development. Sub-themes were also divided into further elaborated topics and were very effectively taken up by our expert speakers. Theme of the first day was personal and professional developmental skills, and the eminent speakers of the day were Colonel Dr. Anil Gulati, visiting faculty professor of English, MIT University, Haryana, Miss Arvinder Kaur, master coach and lead, SGP University. This began with the theme Century Skills for University Teachers and was effectively delivered by Professor H.D. Charan, former Vice Chancellor, Bikaner Technical University. Professor Shobhana Poddar, Dean, Corporate Relations and Training, OSU. Professor Sandeep Maan, COO, Remorphing Advisory. And our very own Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor of OSU, Dr. Adip Podarji, Professor Dr. Ashulekha Gupta from Graphic Era University. Day three began with the theme Outcome Based Education, and the eminent speakers of the day were Professor Rishi Palji, Dean Faculty of Pedagogy and Capacity Building, Sri Vishwakarma Skill University. Mr. Ravindra Yatagiri, Vice President IT, UPES, Dehradun. Dr. Arvinda Sharma, Head School of Earth and Environmental Sciences, Gangadhar Mehar University. Eminent speakers on the fourth day of the FDP with the theme Innovative Trends and Research were Professor Rajesh Nair, Director, MIT Institutes of Behavioral and Allied Sciences, MIT University, Haryana. Dr. Subhash Chandra, Assistant Professor of Sociology, CCS, HAU, Hisar. Dr. Anuja Pandey, Associate Professor, Center for Management Education, All India Management Association, Delhi. Day 5 began with the theme Human Values and Professional Ethics. And the worthy speakers of the day were Professor Sandeep Rana, Dean of Colleges, Guru Jambeshwar University of Science and Technology, Hisar. Honorable Vice Chancellor of Tom Sterling Global University, Professor N.P. Kaushikji. Dr. Amit Dashora, National Co-Convener, Bharatiya Shikshan Mandal. And Professor Amit Sareen, IK Gujral, Punjab Technical University. Day 6 was to build life and character skills. And the eminent speakers of the day were Dr. Priyanka, Associate Professor, MIT School of Behavioral and Allied Sciences, MIT University, Haryana. Dr. Ankit Dhamija, Associate Professor, University of People, US. Dr. Anupma Srivastava Saxena, Head, MIT Institute of Behavioral and Allied Sciences, MIT University, Haryana. And today morning, we had Dr. Suresh Kumar, Head, Department of English, NIMS University, Jaipur, who spoke in detail about interpersonal communication skills. Altogether, FDP was an enriching experience and helped us upskill and upgrade ourselves as per the contemporary demand. So I thank all my seniors and the dignitaries present here, and heartfelt thanks to the participants who joined us during the FDP. Thank you, sir. Over to you, Mukesh.
Thank you, Dr. Tanu, for such a detailed and comprehensive report. Thank you so much. May I now please request our very own, the spine of OSGU, a very passionate and profound professional, Honorable Pro Chancellor Sir Dr. Ajay Podarji, to present his remarks on FDP. Over to you, sir. You are welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Mukesh ji. I believe that I am audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Tanu and Dr. Mukesh. It was indeed, we can say that these last 7 days was indeed a treat for the education fraternity because we had a fantastic speakers all across the country. We have the speakers, what Tanu has said, that the speakers from the government university, the central university, the private big universities, and then we had the speakers from the social organization. Then we have the speaker from the corporate world. So what we have tried that we should give a certain kind of FDP where should not only one or two theme or one or two areas could be could be touched. But we thought that let us take 7 days advantage, and we should have a blended kind of thing so that the faculty should learn a lot and they can practice it in their teaching when they will be going for the next semester in the classes. We already have that the offline classes are about to start as government has given the nod. So I believe that the teachers, not only in the OSU, but the teachers who are joined this FDP from across the country, and they were around 600. I was, in fact, surprised to have such number of such number of the participants who wanted to join this FDP, and because of that reason, we had to utilize the YouTube channel also because the 600 number is very difficult to manage on the platform of Zoom and other kind of things. What we had earlier, we thought that. So with that. I believe that the FDP will definitely give a long way to the faculty, and they will be inculcating all those learning in their teaching. Uh, in the from the university side, we in the steering board, our chancellor and pro chancellor and vice chancellor sir has already we had discussed that the report of this FDP we will be sending to the UGC for their information and for their any other kind of suggestion for the next conference when we will be doing it. Also, for the faculty in the OSU, we are going to do a kind of feedback test where we will be judging the learning of the faculty what they have learned in the last 7 days. It will be a very quick kind of test. It is not going to be to be any kind of you can say that impact on their any annual performance or whatever. But we wanted to know that whether the faculty have in how much and how level they have got the learning. So with that, I am also very happy that yesterday we had discussed with the Chancellor Sir, and he is also very happy about the successful of this FDP and the people, how the people have worked into that. The chief guest, the guest of honor, the other people who have supported us, we are very thankful. We are from the heart. We are very thankful to all of them. And in the next conference, we are hoping to conduct an international conference on some kind of health issue. So, with that, I am very happy to be a part of this valedictory session and a part of all 7 days sessions. Thank you very much, all our chief guests, guest of honor, other speakers, other advisors, and our own authority of the university. Thank you very much. Over to you, Dr. Mukesh.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your precious words of wisdom. Keep guiding us and blessing us. Now, I would like to call our esteemed guest of honor, Professor Pradeep Kumar, Pro Vice Chancellor, Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Studies, to address the august audience. But before I hand over the stage to him, I would like to introduce his academic journey to you all. Professor Dr. Pradeep Kumarji, Pro Vice Chancellor, Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Studies, Faridabad, has 30 years of teaching and research experience. He did his BSc Honours Physics from Delhi University, MSc from Jamia Millia Islamia, and PhD from National Physical Laboratory. He was awarded Research Associate Fellowship by CSIR and Research Associate Fellowship by DRDO. He has authored 6 books and published 29 research papers in national international journals and in the proceedings of national and international conferences. Professor Kumar is a life member of Indian Physics Association and Meteorological Society of India. His research areas include laser photo acoustic characterization of materials, ECR etching, and SOI gel glass materials. He has major contribution in several major research projects at Jamia Millia University. His administrative experience includes as Pro Vice Chancellor at Galgotia University, Greater Noida, and Dean Manav Rachna Educational Institutions, Faridabad. Professor Kumar is an educationist, visionary leader, campaigner with impact for social causes with more than 30 years of experience in teaching, outcome-based education expert, conducting academic and applied research, liaising with academic bodies, expertise in corporate affairs, experience in collaborations with international universities. We welcome you, sir, on this platform. It's a great pleasure to have you here on this platform. Over to you, Professor Pradeep Kumarji.
Thank you, Dr. Mukesh Yadav. And my regards to Professor Somnath Sachdevaji, Vice Chancellor, Kushita University, Professor Dr. N.P. Kaushik, Vice Chancellor, OSGU, uh, Dr. Ajay Poda, PVC, OSGU, for inviting me at this platform and sharing my views with the participants of FDP. I'm happy to know that 7 days there were many eminent speakers who have excited all the participants and based on our national education policy now, whatever the new guidelines have been issued, and what way we can integrate many things with the new education policy must have been briefed. So, as my specialization in outcome-based education, I'm doing some innovation. I have done some experimentation, and I would like to share my screen. Next 10 minutes, which are allotted to me. Uh, Let me share my screen first. Dr. Mukesh, I think my screen is visible to all.
Uh, Sir, you have to click on single screen. I mean, multiple screen is there on the display.
Let me.
Yeah. Yes, sir. It's perfect now. We
Okay,
could see
so I
the
think it
screen.
is now visible. I'm audible also.
Yeah, sir. You,
Thank you.
you,
Thank you.
you need to put your camera on, right? Your
Okay.
camera is off, I suppose, because you are not
Give me
visible.
one
Your
second.
slide is
One second.
visible.
1 second
Yeah.
only.
Yes, now it is perfectly okay. Please carry on,
Okay.
Professor
Thank you.
Pradeep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I hope that all the participants are aware of outcome-based education. So I will take only 10 minutes and my experience, what I've experimented and done, and some outcome also I will discuss with the all the participants. Now, when we talk about the outcome-based education, there are 4 ladders, and the outcome-based education basically based on the outcome-based curriculum, the outcome-based learning and teaching, and finally the outcome-based assessment. So, if these verticals are properly addressed, are in place, and are known to all the faculty members and students, then we may find a positive outcome as far as new education policies and outcome-based educations are concerned. So if we see the base is the course outcome and the program outcome, the program education objective and mission. Now I think the institution who have gone for the NBA and NEC also, they are familiar with the course outcome and the program outcome. But what we're lacking right now, we are lacking the program education objective. So I put my time on this program education objective. Now, for example, if I give an example that we have an MBA program, an MBA program in a university in Himachal Pradesh, and MBA program in the University of Tamil Nadu, or MBA program in, say, in Delhi NCR, they may or may not have the same curriculum. So why I'm saying the same curriculum? Because there are many things which are related to the program education objective. So once we have the defined program educational objective with the mission and vision of the university, then we need to see after passing out the students after 3 years, 4 years from that institution or university, the program education objective which we have set, whether we are able to justify. Unfortunately, we have seen that many cases, placements are not there, the students are not happy with the degree they have got because there is a gap. Because while setting the program education objective, we are not seeing what kind of input we have and what kind of resources and the infrastructure and the experienced people we have to run that program. I will give one example in my university in Manorashna. Maharashtra is in Faridabad, so primarily we have the industry people and many families belongs to the industry. So when we started the MBA program, initially they suffered because there was a gap between the placement and what we are delivering. Then when we carefully examined after 3 years, 4 years, what the students are doing, we found that 50% of students who have done the MBA program for the university, they are into the family business. Then we decide why not we have the curriculum where the family business, entrepreneurships are there? Why not we have the focus on these areas? So my point is when we are going for designing of any program, any curriculum, we do need to take care of what is available in the surrounding areas and from where the students are coming. So once we have this mapping is done, then the outcome will be very, very positive. So the course outcome, the program outcome, program education objective need to be defined clearly with the input from all the stakeholders, reviewed, and the message should go to the students. Normally, we are seeing that we have the program outcome and course outcome, but students are not communicated. Why a student is not asked, is not being taken into consideration while defining these outcomes. So the student-centric approach is required while taking any decision on these parameters. Okay, so the pyramid is very common and known to all. That the bottom of this is the course outcome and the unit outcome and the course objectives, the program objectives and program goals, mission of the department, mission of the university, and based on this, everything is designed and taken help from the stakeholders. The other gap which I observed, the analysis part. When we draft any curriculum and take it to the board of studies and present it to the board of management, we need to take the feedback from all the stakeholders. So unfortunately, that part is also missing in most of the institutions where the employers, where the feedback from the parents, where the feedback from the alumni, feedback from the industry partners are not taken while designing those curriculum, and there exists a gap. And because of that gap, when the students get a degree, they're not employable. There are soft skills requirement, there are technical skill requirement. Those things need to be addressed while going for the calculation of attainment. And attainment also, the assessment is very important. Now we have learned during COVID time how to prepare notes, how to generate the videos also, the delivery also. But unfortunately, we are lacking the assessment. No tool is available where we can assess actually the online assessment of the students. But now since students will be coming back, so the assessment part is very, very important. Designing a question paper is again a very important task. So all the participants, especially the faculty, the young faculty, they should devote much time for the assessment. Again, we have seen if we ask to design a question paper, you may design a question paper in 1 hour, or you may take even one day to design a question paper. But the question paper should be based on the course outcome of that particular syllabus and equally justified all the course outcome, the BTL level to be addressed, and we ensure that all kind of assessment, whether the continuous assessment or the end semester exam assessment, each mark is to be mapped with the course outcome. And it should be known why they have got less marks, why they have not got more marks in those outcomes. BTA
Excuse me,
level,
sir.
everybody knows. There is a gap also in the curriculum. Suppose we have fixed a particular target that this should be our course
Yeah,
outcome.
I am interrupting Professor Pradeep. Somehow I believe that your slide is actually not moving.
Let me see again. I think now it is clear.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
sir.
yes.
Okay. So in this slide, I was just telling the participant that while designing the curriculum and the assessment part is very important, and make sure that all assessment, whether it's the content assessment or end-term assessment, each question is mapped with the course outcome. And why not we put in the question paper that this first question is based on CO1 and is based on BTL level 1? And why not while designing the delivery, prior to entering the class, the student should know this lecture will be based on which BTL level and the assessment will be done on which course outcome. So if that is there, and every time we are educating our students while delivering the class, while assessment, that this is the course outcome, and this way that this course outcome is related to my program outcome. So that understanding is required. Actually, we have everything on the paper, but it is not implemented and students are not known. So my request to all the faculty members, whenever you take any class, on the first thing you write on the board or the screen, it should be that this my lecture is based on this particular BTA level and this is based on this course outcome. When you start doing this, then the student will ask question, what do you mean by this, sir? How it is related to my course outcome and how it is related to this particular program outcome. So program outcome for engineering courses is universally accepted, and we have signed the Washington Accord. And for non-engineering also, UGC has given the suggested list of program outcome, which university people, the senior people, faculty members, after taking feedback from all the stakeholders, they can reframe these program outcomes and let everybody is a part of while designing this curriculum, including the students and alumni. Okay, so next is the gap. We have seen again when we come with the course outcome and program outcome calculation. In program outcome calculation, we say my target was, say, out of 3 was 2.75, and we are able to reach 2.5. But we don't analyze why my target has 2.5, because in that program outcome, there may be 30 or 40 courses which the student has taken for 3 years of 4-year program. Which particular course, because of which the program outcome has come down? And when we say program outcome, which particular course, then further say which unit or which course outcome is there, which is a culprit bringing that my target value down. So that kind of assessment is required. That kind of action taken report is required. And why not this action taken report is part of my BOS next time when we have the next time BOS, that because of this factor, this unit or this delivery, the course outcome was less, and the either the curriculum is ill designed or the delivery was not there or assessment was not there. So let us have a brainstorming session with the student and faculty member, so the next time when somebody is taking the class, we take care of what action taken points are required. So these are my observation as far as outcome based educations are concerned. I request all the faculty members, senior people, please share the course outcome, program outcome, and the program educational objective with all the stakeholders and take their opinions. Program educational objectives are not 2 or 3 statements which are available on the university portal or institution portal, but not analyze what my students are doing after 2 and 3 years. That is creating a lot of gap, unsatisfaction among the student. Why we are not able to get a job? Why we are not able to scale? So let us change this. And as per the new education policy and outcome-based education, make it a better for both students and faculty members. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your words of wisdom. It was indeed a privilege to listen to you. Thank you for sharing deep insight of outcome-based education. Thank you once again. Moving forward, I truly feel that we are blessed that we have our seniors who are legends, visionaries, and we are able to learn from them one to one here. I am privileged and honored to welcome our chief guest, for today's valedictory session, Professor Somnath Sachdevaji, Vice Chancellor, Kurukshetra University. Before I ask him to address the audience, I will take this privilege to read out his academic credentials to you all. Professor Somnath Sachdeva is an alumni of Kurukshetra University who did his graduation in civil engineering from REC Kurukshetra and later his doctorate from this university under the guidance of renowned professors from IIT Roorkee and NIT Kurukshetra. Dr. Somnath Sir has more than 33 years of rich experience of teaching, research, consultancy, and administration in the Institute of National Importance. He is a national scholarship holder. He obtained his all academic qualification with top rank and board in university. His area of specialization is transport engineering. He is credited to start MTech program in transportation engineering. He is credited with a lot of awards and
as far as outcome-based educations are concerned, and
hello,
request all the faculty members in a paper, please
hello.
share the course outcome, program outcome, and the program education objective with all the stakeholders.
Am I
Let the
audible? Am I
program
audible?
education objectives are not
I
two, three
think from
statements
where
available
there is a noise coming
on the university
from
portal and
behind.
system, but not
Excuse
analyze
me.
what my students are doing after 2 or 3 years. That is creating a lot of gap,
Hello.
unsatisfaction from the student. Why we are not able to get a job? Why we are not able to skill? So let's change this. And as per the new education
Excuse me.
policy, outcome-based education, make it a better for both students and faculty members. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Pradeep ji. It was definitely a very, very insightful address, very crisp address. Dr. Mukesh?
Yes, sir. Am I audible? Am I audible, sir? Am I
Yeah,
audible, sir?
there was some internet problem in between for a minute or 2 minutes. The voice
Okay.
is overlapping. So, Dr.
Yeah,
Mukesh,
there.
now you can start.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your words of wisdom. It was indeed a pleasure to listen to you, sir. Thank you for sharing your deep insight of outcome-based education. Thank you so much, sir. Moving forward, I truly feel that we are blessed with to have our seniors who are legends, visionaries, and we are able to learn from them one on one here. I am privileged and honored to welcome our chief guest for this session, Professor Somnath Sachdevaji, Vice Chancellor, Kurukshetra University. I also take this privilege to read out his academic credentials to you all. Professor Somnath Sachdeva is an alumni of Kurukshetra University who did his graduation in civil engineering from REC Kurukshetra and later his doctorate from this university under the guidance of renowned professors from IIT Roorkee and NIT Kurukshetra. Dr. Somnath has more than 33 years of rich experience of teaching, research, consultancy, and administration in an
Yeah,
institute.
Mukesh ji,
Yes, sir.
I think your mobile is near to you. Can you off that?
As far as outcome-based educations are concerned,
No, no, sir,
request
it's not my mobile. Maybe this echo is coming
all
from somewhere else.
and the program education objective
Hello.
with the stakeholders. Am I
It's
audible?
not. It's not from my mobile, sir. I don't know from
I,
where
I
this
think
echo is.
I think my recorded lecture was there. So in the background
Yeah,
you
sir.
can see. So there is a
Yes.
technical problem from your side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think now it is quite clear. So now you can start again, Dr. Mukesh ji, with our own chief guest.
Yeah. Okay. Is everything fine now, sir?
Yes, yes,
Am I
yes.
am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, thank
So first of
you.
all, we have to thank our Professor
Right.
Pradeep.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for your words of wisdom. It was really a pleasure to have you on this platform, and we were really privileged to hear your thoughts. And thank you for sharing your deep insights of outcome based education. Thank you so much, sir. Moving forward, I truly feel that we are blessed that we have our seniors who are legends, visionaries, and we are able to learn from them one to one here. I am privileged and honored to welcome our chief guest, Professor Somnath Sachdevaji, Vice Chancellor, Kurukshetra University. I also take this privilege to read out his academic credentials to you all. Professor Somnath Sachdevaji is an alumni of Kurukshetra University who did his graduation in civil engineering from Regional Engineering College, Kurukshetra, and later his doctorate from this university under the guidance of renowned professors from IIT Roorkee and NIT Kurukshetra. Dr. Somnath ji has 33 years of rich experience of teaching, research, consultancy, and administration in an institution of national importance. Dr. Somnathji is a national scholarship holder. His areas of specialization is in transport engineering. He is credited to start MTech program in transport engineering in 2005 in civil engineering. He has also started his teaching career from Punjab Engineering College, Chandigarh before joining NIT Kurukshetra. His his dedication towards teaching could be judged that he preferred to remain in teaching profession in rather than joining other professions, like he was also appointed as commissioned officer in army engineers through service selection board, executive engineer in boards organization, although he preferred to stay in teaching. His research and development credentials are incredible. He has more than 70 MTech and PhD scholars uh, who completed their dissertation and PhD under him. He has published more than 100 research papers. He has been to several countries like US, UK, Hong Kong, China related to his academic and research pursuits. He is a well-known consultant in the field of highway engineering. He is a coordinator of State Technical Agency of Government of India for the implementation of Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana. So, I mean, he has a very rich profile, and it's very long, sir. I'm just cutting short and coming on to the uh, final points. I mean, all your all-round capabilities are reflected from the fact that not only you are a good academician, but you are a good researcher, consultant, administrator. You are equally good in extracurricular activities. You have participated in NCC during your college time. You are a badminton player. Overall, if I say uh, you are a simple and a straightforward person with a very positive attitude, and this all provide you with a strong footing to lead the prestigious university of the state, Kurukshetra University. Sir, it's a real honor to have you here today with us. We wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. And over to you, sir, Professor Dr. Somnath Sachdevaji.
Thank you, Dr. Mukesh, for giving this nice introduction about me. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Thank you. Professor Kaushik, Vice Chancellor, Om Sterling Global University. Professor Ajay Bodar, Pro Vice Chancellor, Om Sterling University. Professor Pradeep Kumar, Pro Vice Chancellor, Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Studies. Dr. Tanu Kukreja, and of course Professor Mukesh Yadav, all other esteemed faculty members, research scholars, and participants attending this faculty development program. So first of all, I extend my warm greetings to all of you on the occasion of this concluding session of this week-long faculty development program. Right at the outset, I congratulate the organizers for having thought of arranging this faculty development program at a time when all the university institutes were closed for offline classes and offline meetings. So arranging this online program is a wonderful idea, and indeed we have done a good job in making the participants aware of some of the latest happenings in the field of education. As I have come to know that various relevant topics have been covered during the last few days by very eminent and expert speakers, especially when I am not aware about the background of the participants who are attending this faculty development program. So I thought of talking on some general issues uh, that are related to our National Education Policy 2020. And in fact, one of such topics has already been covered in a very good way by our guest of honor, Professor Pradeep Kumar, today. When we talk of this choice-based credit system, learning outcome-based curriculum framework, multiple entry exit options that are given in the National Education Policy and Academic Bank of Credit. What I wish my participants of this faculty development program to focus on is uh, the vision statement of NEP. Basically, what is NEP? What is required of all of us? If I just go through the vision statement, it says creation of an educational ecosystem to provide holistic and multidisciplinary quality education with equity and inclusion to develop well-rounded human beings who work for the development of nation and society. Most of the things might have been covered here in various lectures. I would like to draw your attention towards what do we mean by holistic educational ecosystem. What is this holistic? अगर इसको हिंदी में कहें तो एक समग्र रूप से शिक्षा के तंत्र को विकसित करना. Holistic means which is adding values to our qualification. Earlier we had been providing, so only you can say the degrees, the qualifications. The person is passing out with a BA degree, MA degree, PhD degree. But we were not ensuring whether the values are being added to the qualification or not. So you can say that qualification plus values, it makes complete education. An educated person can be called educated only if he has got the values also along with that particular qualification. So this holistic means it will cover everything. It will cover values, it will cover a particular skill required so that our students, they are properly employed. If there is some issue in the internet connection, someone should point it out so that I switch over to the other connection that is available with me. Okay, in between, if you're not able to hear me properly. So this holistic will include many things. One of these things that is needed is a skill development in our youth. And the objective is कि हम अपने विद्यार्थियों को एक रोजगार परक शिक्षा प्रदान करने में सफल हों, for which all kind of projects, internships, on the job training, they have all been made a part of the National Education Policy 2020. जब हम रोजगार परक शिक्षा की बात करते हैं तो हमारे को थोड़ा सा ये भी देखना पड़ेगा कि हमारे हायर एजुकेशन से जुड़े हुए लोग, हम सब लोग इसमें क्या कंट्रीब्यूशन दे सकते हैं. तो इससे पहले कि हम ये जानें कि हम क्या कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं, हमें अपने स्टूडेंट्स को जो सरकारी नौकरियों की वास्तु स्थिति है, जो एक्चुअल पोजीशन है, उससे अवगत कराना भी बहुत जरूरी है. We should know that most of our students these days, after passing out from the universities, they have this feeling that they should get a good government job, or they should get a good job in the corporate sector. But we should know that only 2% government jobs are there. Out of all the employment opportunities, only 2% opportunities are in the government sector. Around 5.5% are in the corporate sectors. These two kind of the sectors are there wherein an assured salary is there at the end of the month. आपको एक अच्छी तनख्वाह assured तरीके से मिल जाती है. इसके अलावा लगभग 15 से 20% हमारे कैजुअल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट वर्कर्स की जॉब है जहां पर पर मंथ इनकम 10,000 रुपए से भी कम है. उनको किसी भी तरह से हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि एक वो अच्छी नौकरी कर रहे हैं. तो ये तो है हमारी नौकरियों की आज की वास्तुस्थिति. इसीलिए हमारी नई एजुकेशन पॉलिसी बात कर रही है कि हम एक रोजगार परक शिक्षा प्रणाली विकसित करें ताकि हमारे सभी विद्यार्थियों को नौकरी मिल पाए. तो इसके लिए हमारे को ये देखना पड़ेगा कि ये रोजगार आफ्टर ऑल मिलेगा कहां से. मैंने आपको बताया कि मात्र 7.5% अच्छी नौकरी है, तो बाकी सब लोगों को रोजगार कहां से मिलेगा. तो हमारे को ये देखना कि हमारी जो जीडीपी है उसके अंदर कंट्रीब्यूशन हमारा जो एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर का है जिसको हम प्राइमरी सेक्टर बोलते हैं, प्राइमरी सेक्टर का कंट्रीब्यूशन, सेकेंडरी सेक्टर का कंट्रीब्यूशन जीडीपी के अंदर, सेकेंडरी मींस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर्स, और टेरिशरी सेक्टर यानी कि सर्विस सेक्टर का कंट्रीब्यूशन क्या है. तो जीडीपी में इनके कंट्रीब्यूशन को देखें और ये देखें कि इनका नौकरी दिलाने में क्या क्या कितना कितना कंट्रीब्यूशन है. तो एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर का हमारा जो कंट्रीब्यूशन जो रोजगार दिलाने में है, लगभग 50% हमारा रोजगार एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर से आज की डेट में भी आ रहा है. और बाकी सारा रोजगार हमारा आता है हमारे लघु उद्योग यानी कि एमएसएमई सेक्टर, जो माइक्रो स्मॉल मीडियम एंटरप्राइजेस है. मात्र ये मैंने आपको बताया जो 7.5% कारपोरेट और गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर और लगभग 10 से 15% हमारा रोजगार जो कैजुअल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट वर्कर्स के माध्यम से आता है. आप ये कह सकते हैं कि एक जनरल स्टेटमेंट के तौर पर कि लगभग 80% रोजगार हमारा कृषि क्षेत्र या लघु उद्योग के क्षेत्र से आ रहा है. यहां हम दूसरे शब्दों में कहें तो स्वरोजगार के माध्यम से आ रहा है, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के माध्यम से हमारा रोजगार आ रहा है. तो इसका सोल्यूशन कहां लाई करता है कि हमारे युवा वो स्वरोजगारी बने, वो एंटरप्रेन्योर बने. तो हमारा कर्तव्य क्या बनता है कि जब हम क्लास में टीच कर रहे हैं तो हम लोग किसी ना किसी माध्यम से अपने युवाओं को ये जरूर बताएं कि आपको अगर रोजगारी बनना है तो आपको करना क्या है. हम लोग उनसे स्वरोजगार के जो फायदे हो सकते हैं वो शेयर करें ताकि उनके अंदर ये भावना जागृत हो कि उन्होंने कल को ना केवल रोजगार अपने लिए पैदा करना है परंतु दूसरों को भी रोजगार देने वाला बनना है. तो what kind of feeling we need to inculcate among the students is I will not be a job seeker but I will be a job provider. ये तब होगा जब हम स्वरोजगार के फायदे उनसे शेयर करें, जब हम उनसे जो हमारे उद्यमी हैं उनकी सफलता की कथाएं उनको बताएं, उनसे शेयर करें. एक व्यक्ति अपना पूरा जिंदगी एक नौकरी के अंदर लगा देता है परंतु उसके बावजूद अगर मैं अपना ही आपको एग्जांपल दूं, आज की डेट में मैं वाइस चांसलर हूं, लगभग 33-34 साल का मेरा अध्ययन और अध्यापन का एक्सपीरियंस है फील्ड का. मैं चाहूं तब भी अपने बच्चे को एक सरकारी नौकरी यानी कि मैं अपने ही फील्ड के अंदर उसको असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर नहीं लगवा सकता. अगर वो लगेगा तो अपनी काबिलियत के बेस पे लगेगा. इतने ही साल अगर मैंने किसी रोजगार के अंदर स्वरोजगार के अंदर लगाए होते हैं, मैं एंटरप्रेन्योर रहा होता, तो आज मेरे पास 100-200 करोड़ रुपए की हो सकता है कि एक बहुत अच्छी कंपनी होती और वो अपना सारा एक्सपीरियंस और उस कंपनी का बेनिफिट मैं अपनी नेक्स्ट जनरेशन को पास ऑन कर सकता हूं. तो इस तरह से स्वरोजगार के बहुत सारे फायदे हैं. आप किसी की नौकरी नहीं करते, आप स्वयं के राजा खुद हैं. इसी तरह से आप देखेंगे हमारे जितने भी उद्यमी हैं उन सब लोगों ने बहुत जल्दी उम्र के अंदर ही कोई बहुत बड़ी क्वालिफिकेशन के साथ नहीं, एक छोटी मोटी क्वालिफिकेशन के साथ उन्होंने अपने जो एंटरप्राइजेस से उनको शुरुआत करी, और आज हजारों करोड़ रुपए के उनके जो सफलता की कथाएं हमारे सामने हैं, जिनको हम लोग उनसे शेयर कर सकते हैं, ताकि हमारे युवाओं के अंदर इस तरह का विश्वास पैदा हो कि यस, आई कैन ऑल्सो डू इट। दैट प्रोवाइड्स द सॉल्यूशन फॉर दिस प्रॉब्लम ऑफ अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट। आज बेरोजगारी देश की सबसे प्रमुख और सबसे बड़ी समस्याओं में से एक है। लगभग 7 से 9% तक हमारे बेरोजगारी की दर है इस समय, और पढ़े लिखे युवाओं के अंदर जो ग्रेजुएट्स और पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट्स हैं, उनमें तो लगभग 19 से 20% तक हमारी अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट है इस समय देश के अंदर। तो नई रोजगार शिक्षा नीति हमें प्रेरित करती है इस काम के लिए कि हमें एक रोजगार परक शिक्षा प्रणाली बनाएं, और इसके लिए कई तरह के कार्यक्रम विश्वविद्यालयों में, महाविद्यालयों के अंदर लिए जा रहे हैं। आइडिया जनरेट करने के लिए इनोवेशन कॉम्पिटिशन्स करवाए जा रहे हैं, स्किल डेवलपमेंट एवं उद्यमिता प्रशिक्षण, इस तरह के कार्यक्रम हो रहे हैं बहुत सारी यूनिवर्सिटीज के अंदर। कुरुक्षेत्र यूनिवर्सिटी में वी हैव 2 इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर्स, जहां पर किसी भी तरह का आइडिया को इंक्यूबेट करके उसको स्टार्टअप के लेवल तक लेकर आना with the help of team of experts. This is being done. Even the financing of a project up to ₹25 lakh, there is a provision that we can provide through these kind of schemes that we have. इन सब के लिए हमारे अपने जो शिक्षकगण हैं, हमारी जो टीचिंग फ्रेटर्निटी है, हमारी फैकल्टी है, उनको अपने कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर आकर अपने विद्यार्थियों के साथ इस तरह के विषयों को डिस्कस करना बहुत जरूरी है, ताकि हमारे विद्यार्थी एक क्वालिफिकेशन मात्र बीए, एमए, पीएचडी की डिग्री लेकर 40-45 साल की उम्र तक सरकारी नौकरियों के पीछे भागना बंद करें। एक कारपोरेट सेक्टर की नौकरी जो कि केवल मात्र 5.5% लोगों को मिलती है, उसके पीछे भागना बंद करें, और इस विषय में भी सोचें कि वो स्वरोजगारी बनकर इससे कहीं ज्यादा मुकाम अपनी जिंदगी के अंदर वो हासिल कर सकते हैं। तो ये तो था जो हमारी राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति रोजगार परक शिक्षा प्रणाली विकसित करने की बात करती है, उसके अंदर हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं। एक हमारा दूसरा ऑब्जेक्टिव जो है, बहुत शॉर्ट में उस बात को मैं कहना चाहूंगा, एनईपी 2020 का, वो है ट्रांसफॉर्म द कंट्री इनटू एन इक्विटेबल एंड वाइब्रेंट ग्लोबल नॉलेज सुपर पावर। एक ज्ञान की महाशक्ति, वैश्विक महाशक्ति बनाना भारत को। तो ज्ञान की वैश्विक महाशक्ति भारत तभी बन सकता है जब हम शिक्षा की अलख को उन सभी लोगों तक पहुंचाएं जो इसे लेने के इच्छुक हैं। आज की डेट में हमारा ग्रॉस एनरोलमेंट रेशियो हायर एजुकेशन में 28% है। एनईपी से 50% तक करने के लिए कह रही है। जब हम 28 से 50% तक जाने की बात करते हैं, तो हमें ये समझना चाहिए कि आपकी इंस्टीट्यूट में इस समय जितना भी इनटेक है, लगभग उसको दुगना करने की जरूरत है, तब हम नेशनल लेवल पे 50% के टारगेट पे पहुंच पाएंगे। लगभग 1.8 टाइम्स के करीब हमारे को इनटेक को बढ़ाना भी है आने वाले समय के अंदर। चाहे तो हम उसके लिए नई एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट्स को लेके आए, या प्रेजेंट इंस्टीट्यूट्स की हम स्ट्रेंथ को, इनटेक को इसके अंदर बढ़ावा दें। और दूसरा, इसमें हमें, अगर हमने ग्लोबल नॉलेज सुपर पावर बनना है, तो हमारा रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट बहुत अच्छा होना चाहिए। स्पेशली जो यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं, वो केवल शिक्षण तक अपने आप को सीमित नहीं रह सकती। यूनिवर्सिटीज का मतलब ये एक अच्छी रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट की तरह डेवलप होना। तो हमें वो सब कुछ करना है जहां पर हम एक अच्छी रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूशन बन पाए। आप सबको ध्यान देने योग्य बात है, पूरे विश्व में सबसे ज्यादा जीडीपी अगर किसी कंट्री के, तो वो है यूएस। नंबर 1 जीडीपी है उसका। उस जीडीपी के अंदर एक बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन वहां के इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स के थ्रू आता है, यानी कि पेटेंट्स के थ्रू आता है। और वो पेटेंट्स आते हैं आपकी एक रियल काइंड ऑफ रिसर्च से। रिसर्च जो कि ना केवल एकेडमिक हो, बट उसका एक कमर्शियल यूटिलाइजेशन भी हो आगे। तो हमें अपने स्टूडेंट्स को, हमें अपनी फैकल्टी को, हमें अपने रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स को तैयार करना है कि अपनी रिसर्च को वो जहां तक हो सके ज्यादा से ज्यादा पेटेंट करवाएं, और आईपीआर के माध्यम से भी हम अपनी जीडीपी को बढ़ाने का प्रयत्न करें, तभी हम लोग एक ग्लोबल नॉलेज सुपर पावर बन पाएंगे। यानी कि सभी को शिक्षित करें और पेटेंट्स की तरफ हम सब लोग ज्यादा से ज्यादा ध्यान दें। शायद जो मेरे को समय दिया गया था वो इस विषय पर बात करने के लिए इतना ही काफी रहेगा। फिर कभी अवसर मिलेगा तो और डिटेल में इसमें बातचीत करेंगे। पुनः मैं ऑर्गेनाइजर्स को, आयोजकों को अपनी तरफ से बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूँ इस कार्यक्रम के आयोजन के लिए, और आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ कि आपने मुझे आप लोगों के साथ, इंटेलेक्चुअल्स के साथ, अपने रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स के साथ, और हमारी जो भावी युवा पीढ़ी है, हमारे फैकल्टी मेंबर्स हैं, युवा फैकल्टी मेंबर्स, उनसे इंटरेक्ट करने का, बातचीत करने का आपने मुझे ये इसको अवसर प्रदान किया। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
जय भारत।
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your expert remarks. It was really enlightening to hear your rich thoughts. And on behalf of Om Sterling Global University, I am really thankful to you for taking out time for us. Thank you so much, sir. Now, uh, I present a formal vote of thanks uh, to all of you. Uh, Good morning once again to one and all present here. An event like 7 days faculty development program cannot happen overnight, and the wheels started rolling weeks ago. It requires careful planning and a bird's eye detailing. And I have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of highly proactive members and dedicated staff. Ladies and gentlemen, at the very outset, I am extremely thankful to our today's chief guest, Professor Somnath Sachdevaji, Vice Chancellor, Kurukshetra University, and the guest of honor, Professor Pradeep Kumar, Pro Vice Chancellor, Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Studies, for their gracious presence and insightful deliberations which made this event an intellectual treat. A special mention to our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Punit Goyalji, Om Sterling Global University, and Pro-Chancellor Ma'am, Dr. Poonam Goyalji, for their kind support and encouragement for organizing such academic activities. I am also thankful to our Vice Chancellor ji, Dr. N.P. Kaushik ji, and Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Ajay Podarji, and the Registrar Dr. Vinod Kumar ji, for showing faith in us and providing all the needed guidance and support to conduct this event. Truly speaking, sir, you remained the catalyst that stimulated us to be at our best. Without the sweat and meticulous efforts of academic staff from School of Social Sciences and Humanities and the technical support by IT staff, it would not have been possible to actualize this event. I would like to name all of them here. Dr. Tanu Kukreja for being such a support, our moderators, Dr. Deepika, Ms. Tamosha, and Mr. Anubhav, then Dr. Kavita Chaudhary, Dr. Sunil Banda, Dr. Sunita, Dr. Shailendra, Dr. Ritu, Dr. Nana, and Dr. Rajaram for their all-out support. Special mention to Dr. Vikas Vishnoi, Mr. Sumit Chuk, Mr. Harsh Kaushik, Mr. Sunil, Mr. Ranjit, and Mr. Satyavanji for their IT support throughout these 7 days of FDP session. I also extend my warm thanks to Advocate Neeraj Taneja sir for always coming out brilliantly as an anchor. I am extremely grateful for all of them for their untiring efforts to make this event successful. My sincere gratitude also goes out to all the speakers, participants, faculty members from all across the country for their well wishes, encouragement, and positive session and participation throughout these 7 days of FDP session. Last but not the least, a big thank you to each one of you who made this event memorable. Thank you everyone. On behalf of Om Sterling Global University, I wish you all health, happiness, success. Thank you so much. And now we will stand up for national anthem. Over to you, Harsher. We all will stand up for national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir, for joining. And we are calling off for the day. Thank you, everyone, for making this event a successful event. Thank you, one and all present here. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.